Minions in Bob's Tavern have +1/1 for the rest of the game? Pretty spicy. Dude, I love this card. Like, just the card itself looks pretty cool. The name is nice and the effect is nice. Well, this is in Bob's Tavern, gain the stats of any minion sold. What does the golden version do then? Nothing, right? Well, this is in Bob's Tavern, gain twice the stats of any minion sold. But how do you make it golden in Bob's Tavern? I don't get it. I have a dream. And that dream is horse related. This horse is going to be giga nutty if you can put a glow scale buff on it. I like the design, it looks so sick, this card. I will call this my horse as a nickname. Quite creative here. Tell me if the sound is okay. Oh wait.
Hero reveal for you guys coming from Blizzard. It is actually a really big content patch. It is the big content patch of the expansion. Season 3 is coming to Battlegrounds. We got tons of new cards, and Undead are coming to Battlegrounds. If you
Buddies and Quest were arguably bigger, no? Since they had an extra mechanic. Like, I would say Buddies was the biggest patch, content-wise. Technically, just because it added like 90 units to the game on top of everything.
In today's video, we are going to do a little bit of a deep dive on the already kind of announced new hero, Putricide. That's right.
His old hero power was left unit gets 10 attack, in case you were wondering. It was amazing. It was one of the best heroes in the game. It was basically competing with Lord Jaraxxus in hero selection.
Has before. As you can see there, he has a wonderful hero power that combines undead minions to come up with new ones. Now, this is similar to like the Build-A-Beast that we had on one of the Rexar heroes, I believe.
Oh, I said the same thing! Me and Krip think alike. Pogas.
This power might seem pretty complicated at first, but it'll play pretty well, I believe, and I am going to show you guys a little bit of the inner workings of it. So, the Build and Undead, it basically gives you a set of cards to discover, which is kind of like the first set of cards. Those are from a separate pool, so you won't get the same card like twice on the second set of options, and you combine the cards. Their stats are added together, their ability...
Dude, the poison guy doesn't exist. Did you notice that? This guy just doesn't exist. Wait.
Their stats...
After friendly minion attacks, gain +1 attack. Dude, what? Wasn't this guy in the game beforehand too? But with no try? He was, right? I remember that. It's actually not that garbage. Wait, it is. It's not permanent. Okay, it is really garbage. Let me move top left so I don't block the screen when we talk about stuff.
Are added together.
Stealth. Oh, wait, stealth. You can roll stealth too.
Their abilities are combined, and yeah, it is pretty interesting because there's going to be lots of combinations. Now, there are tavern
you won't,
tiers
Jackie
on
Bird.
the minions that you...
Poison Reborn is exclusive to this hero, I'm pretty sure. Because that 6-drop poison unit doesn't exist, as far as I'm aware. If the new information doesn't add that card. Because the Undead Reborn review didn't show a 6-drop poison neutral. So this hero is the only one that can do it, technically. And you would need 2 turns to do it. 0 might be too slow, honestly.
Will be given, but most of the cards I'm going to show you guys today are not actually cards in Battlegrounds. So don't lose your mind that like, oh my god, I can't believe this is a Tavern 2 card. Most of the cards I'm about to show you guys through the Build and Undead system are just cards that
what I assume is you need to be on tier 6 to roll 6-drop Undead. Because that's how Battlegrounds functions lately. So I assume you have to be on 6 to roll poison. And then you have to spend 4 gold to build the Undead. And then if you want to reborn it, you would have to wait 2 turns to have permanent reborn on it. That's quite a setup that you have to do. And you have limited amount of hero powers, right? You have like 3 to 4, I think.
Normal game, but they're given a tavern tier because there's a tavern tier restriction to the building of undead through Putricide's hero power. And that restriction is your tavern tier and lower. But okay, so what do we got? Give you guys an example. So Banshee is actually a pool 1 card. So you can get this on Tavern 1, or if you're like Tavern 3 and really unlucky. They're undead, of course they are. And you get a Death Rattle effect, so you get that. And then Skeletal Sidekick is a pool 2 card. So if you get the Banshee and the Skeletal Sidekick...
Give a random friendly undead +2/+1, give a friendly undead +2 attack. Man, if this was permanent, you could actually consider hero powering early game.
You're going to get a 3/3
I wonder if we see
undead.
the whole pool. That
it's going
would
to
be
have
exciting.
the Death Rattle from the Banshee, which gives it +2/+1 to a friendly undead when it dies, and the Battle Cry effect of the Sidekick.
Gatekeepers.
So you combine those two together, and that's your build an undead on Tavern 1. So let's take a look at the other cards. Now, I'm going to have these in order of climbing Tavern tiers. We're going to do all the Pool 1 cards, and then we're going to do all the Pool 2 cards. Just to give you guys a quick idea, a quick run-through. You guys can study these and post on Reddit your thoughts and combos.
That's the only way you could assume, right, that
run.
you will show the pool when the video goes 5 minutes from here.
So we got Foul Egg. This is, again, Pool 1.
Summon a 3/3 undead chicken.
And this is going to show up in the first set of choices out of the 2 set of choices for your build an undead. So 0/2 Death Rattle, 3/3 chicken. Now, in Battlegrounds, all cards need to die at some point, so that is going to go off. In Corporal, it's a 5/5, but when it attacks, you destroy it.
Wait,
it's
what does
like,
it doesn't have an ability, right? This card? He didn't show anything. Okay. Oh no.
It's kind of like, one of the quests that we had. Ticking Abomination allows you to kill your own stuff.
Deal 5 damage to your minions?
You might not want that, though. It comes with a lot of stats, a 5/6, but it is usually, not necessarily always, but it's usually going to be a negative Death Rattle. And I love these, like,
dude, someone said there's a ghoul effect with poison, but this card says deal 5 damage to your minions. To your minions. So you could nuke your own ward. Unless there's another ghoul effect that impacts all.
We have the Arms Dealer, which is a 1/2, and after you summon...
That's terrible. I mean, it has a lot of stats. It's more like for early game. If you have that on board, you will win early game with that card. Just put it last. The gold is awkward. Like, the earliest hero power you could do, gold efficient wise, if you go 3-on-3, is 7 gold. You could hero power for 4 gold, and 3 gold you can buy 1 card.
Undead, give it +1 attack, and this is not an in-combat effect exclusively, so when this is triggering outside of combat in the shop phase, you get to keep this attack, so that's pretty cool.
It says really bad stat line.
Flesh-eating Ghoul, whenever a minion dies.
Dude, this is actually arena. Is this hero is just arena minions, right? Gain +1 attack. This sucks, man.
1 attack, 3/3. Gilded Gargoyle, Death Rattle, add a coin to your hand.
This is really insane.
Lost Spirit, Death Rattle, give your...
This one is insane. This makes the 7 gold curse that I talked about worth it. Because you can hit the one of old. I can already see the lines. Go 3-on-3 with this hero. 6 gold double buy. 7 gold buy hero power buy.
Rattle, add a coin to your hand.
And then saves the next 2 for 6.
Spirit, Death Rattle, give your
Unless
other
the
minions
4-drops have insane
attack.
impact.
It's only 1 stats, though. The Amalgam is back. Well, maybe not, but it's back in the form of a build an undead. So you can transfer this minion typing and actually get an Amalgam card, which obviously Battlegrounds players know can be pretty good. Jelly Belly, after a friendly minion
you can roll this
reborn, gain +3.
Then the one, like, I don't know if both are in the same pool, or if they are in different pools, but if you can roll 1 and this, pretty good. Actually, not the best combo. Wait, it is! 999, it's not. I hope there's a reborn effect as well, where you can get 2 coins. That would be the combo.
+3, so maybe some reborn heavy builds might be possible. Tomb Pillager. Oh, we all know that card pretty well if we played Constructed.
Another coin ago.
Yet another form of coin generation.
Okay, new strat, 4-on-4. So you hit double coin, if that's possible even.
Fester Root Hulk, 2/7. After a friendly minion attacks, gain 1 attack. Hungering Abomination. We're getting the high
you can roll this as well? That's pretty good.
Oh, I can see that getting really big. Bone Baron, Tavern 6. This is, again, still pool 1. It's a 5/5 with Death Rattle of 2/1/1.
The question is, how consistent is it that you get the coin guy? If it's not that consistent, then you might not hero power till you're on tier 5.
To your hand.
Add 1 skeletons to your hand. Actually good. Why would you pick the 6 drop? Let me explain. The skeletons you can sell for 2 gold. This basically get 2 coins.
We'll see how that works.
Yeah, you can also triple
the
it.
Bone Drake, add a random dragon to your hand as a
What
death
is the
rattle.
skeleton? Add the random dragon to your hand? Whoa! That's really spicy. I like this. I like this Bone Drake.
Now, I believe that this card can only show up in the Build an Undead.
It's a 1/1 skeleton, no effect. Gold Mako? True. If Mako is still in the game.
If dragons are actually part of your current Battlegrounds game, in terms of the banning of minions, that is. Devour of Souls. After a friendly minion dies, gain its death rattle.
Oh. I like cards like this. Pretty cool. This is basically a fish on 6, right? It sounds spicy. Crazy synergies are possible with this.
Yep. Start the post, guys. Start the theory crafting. These are cool 2 cards now. We're going to have Arceus Veteran, which is a 2/1 battle cry. Give a friendly minion +1 attack. You know, those little stat points do matter quite a bit in the early stages.
Dude,
Risen
that's
Rider,
so useless,
Hawk,
man.
and
Why does every undead read give a friendly minion +1 attack? It's such a dog shit one. Like, it's not even +1/1. Like, 1 attack is literally nothing. Like, especially if it's your battle cry effect and not like a permanent summon effect.
Reborn, not bad. Amgam Rager. It might
Taunt
not look
Reborn
like
is
much.
insanely useful, by the way. That's a huge mechanic. Because this means you can actually taunt the coin guy and reborn it. So this might not look that impactful, but it's insanely impactful to have this in the pool.
Not bad. Amgam Rager. It might not look like much for Candle Taker. Decent stats and Reborn. Fallen Sun Cleric. Give
Another
a
reborn
+1,
target for the coin guy.
2/1. Tavern 3 starts to get pretty spicy. Reborn,
ooh, another reborn
taunt,
target.
And very good stats. Grim Necromancer has the battle cry of spawning skeletons, which seems to
it's
be
not garbage.
A
it's +2. Oh my god, this is actually really good. It's +2 gold immediately. It's actually good.
Way to generate tokens and push for triple strategies. 1/1 at the start of your turn. Shade of Naxxramas. It's actually one of my all-time favorite cards in the normal
this is
game.
okay, honestly.
This can be part of the Build an Undead. And as
if
you'll see,
you
the
hit it on your 4 gold one,
is starting to make a bit of...
Hero pouring on 7 gold after seeing the pool too is actually pretty sick, I think, so far. You can even hit Shade, which is okay.
of an impact.
And the Battle Cry guy is also really good.
And once again with Shadow Rager. High attack and stealth.
But
Sunburn
maybe you need
Valkyr,
stealth sometimes.
adjacent minions +2 health, 5/4. That's a lot of stats.
Actually, a good stat line
Drakari
though. Not
Embalmer
garbage.
gives a friendly undead Reborn.
Insane.
Stealth and Reborn with the Wasteland Assassin.
Garbage.
The Venomancer
Insane.
puts up Poison back in the pool. And lastly, the Colossus of the Sun.
Omega Giga
6/6
broken
Divine
nuts.
Shield
What?
and Reborn.
You can roll
there's
Divine
some
Shield
real-
Reborn too. That's actually insane. you can roll this with the Death Rattle guy from the other fool. You can roll the Death Rattle 1/3 guy and then you can Reborn Divine Shield. So you can't even snipe it.
Really
It's pretty
big
good.
combination effects.
You can't roll
possible
Poison
there.
Reborn. They actually made sure of it. Tier 1 pool had no Reborner. I paid attention to that.
And to really understand how this is all going to work and just how
If I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure there was no Reborner.
good
Oops.
this hero is going to be, well, we'll have to play the new patch. So until then, hope you guys enjoyed my review, and we'll see you next time.
I enjoyed it, Krips. Thank you very much. I will smash that like button. Okay, let's make sure we don't leak the browser, so you guys can't make fun of the recommendations. Let's go through the undeads and then go over the next. 2/1 taunt, really good. Risen Rider can set up a lot. I think this card will see play for sure. It gives you really nice protection. It's basically Acolyte. Garbage. Hyena has +1 attack for each friendly minion. Doesn't sound that good. Nerubian Death Swarmer. Interesting mechanic, +1 attack for the rest of the game. Never saw something like this, so looking forward to see how useless it is what I would like to say. You have to play 2 of those to make them a 3/3, and that's the only way I can see this being worth it. But even then, you only gain a 3/3. It's really bad on tempo. Give a friendly undead +1 too. This card, pretty bad, I would say, for a tier 2. But it's good later on for the 6 drop. I would say this card is really bad early on because, first of all, you need another undead to make this work. Already restricting this card. And the second of all, the stat line is incredibly bad. Like a 1/2 stat line and rebonding a 1/1 basically means this card literally does nothing in combat and buffs a different undead as its effect. And that's it. I don't know. This card looks pretty trash to me. But we will see. This card is really interesting. Ghoul of the Feast is one of the better cards for the early game because there's not much there is till tier 5. Avenge 1. Avenge 1 is pretty good. That means it always procs. You can play like an early Bronze one to combine this if you go 3-on-3. Deflect toward Red Pack maybe. Like that would be the ideal setup. And then you just level to tier 5 maybe and find some synergy. Pretty good. Jelly Belly is another one. After a friendly minions reborn game +3/3. This card will most likely be your way to stabilize because the stat line is insanely good. Like 3-5 stat line, you can always pick this card no matter what. And then if you have like 1 reborn already, this card grows +3/3. Pretty good. Like this is one way where you can make this 2-drop work. This card will be important for the early stages of the undead build, I would say, most of the time. At the start of the turn, give your minions that die last combat +1/1. Hard to evaluate this card. I would have to see the dual tribe cards. Like, it will always buff this card. Like, if you get the 3-on-3, it will buff this card and another card already. Handless Forsaken. Summon a 2/2 hand with Reborn. This card would be insanely good if it summons this card instead of this card. I know why it summons this card, because they go for the pun with the hands, right? But if this card summons a 2/3 Taunter, whoa. You know which hero is eating? Graver. The Graver will be really strong is my prediction. If undeads are strong, Graver will be strong. This card will be included in most undead builds as something that dies. Yeah, I agree. This card is actually quite weird because Reborn, give a friendly undead Reborn is really good. But the issue is you don't know what unit gets the Reborn, right? Which makes it a bit unreliable sometimes if you have a lot of undeads on board. But it having Reborn as well makes this card quite solid. Your undeads have 2 attack for the rest of the game wherever they are. I don't know what to feel about this card. Like for a tier 5 it has really bad stat line. But +2 attack buff could be good enough. Like if you have, let's say, this build, giving +2 attack every fight is pretty huge. For some fights, because your tokens start getting stronger and stronger and being able to trade stuff. Yeah, stacking could be a strat. You could also combine this on Enzot. Like imagine you are Enzot and you have Baron and Undead build, and then you taunt this guy and then you put the fish second. Could grow quite fast instead. This card really good. Like especially because most undeads are vulnerable, this card will be a great way to have a card that doesn't die immediately. That is your Mitrex. So you can build your token comp. Like those two in combo are really good combo, I think. If you have like the setup for it and then you scale this. Now we come to the big boys. This card will be insane. Colossal of Sun. It's a really strong card to triple into. You can maybe even level if you have this card. It's a 6/6 Divine Shield that rewants a 6/1 Divine Shield that rewants with Divine Shield. So you have like 4 attacks on this. We saw a other card back in the day, Elistra, that had a similar stat line, and it was insanely strong. It had a different effect, but this card has a tribe, and it was tribeless and was strong. The attack guy actually makes this card quite strong. That's true. This card is also really fun. Better Coiler. Consistent Coiler. Better, I wouldn't say, because 8/1 stat line is quite garbage. Like 7/7 stat line is way better, and has Mama Bear synergy. And you can reborn a Coiler. This card has one issue though. Like this is one concern about the Undead Tribe. Like let's say you triple into this early on and you get too strong at some point and your units stop dying. And then you could fall behind in scaling compared to something like Orgozor or Teaser that always procs every turn. And then you could die in one fight. It's my only concern with the Undead Tribe in general. But we'll see. Let's go to the next one. Wind Fury Divine Shield. Whenever this attacks, remove Reborn and Taunt from the target? What? What the fuck is this cracked card? It's only a 3/4. I don't understand why it removes Taunt though. It's so weird. Ah, so you can grief people, I see. Yeah, it's kind of a silencer. But I will taunt my Zero Red. Jokes on them. So they can't grief me. No, this card might not be problematic. I feel like this card could be fine and needed for the game. Oh. Golden version is literally the same. Whenever this attacks, remove Reborn and Taunt from the target. Basically, don't triple this card. What? Better Cry, give it rank +5 at... What? Sounds giga garbage, but maybe it's okay. At least it's a Better Cry for Caligos, I guess, if we assume that engine is still in. Add a 2/1 Smolderwing to your hand that gives another dragon +5 attack. Ooh! This guy looks jacked, man. I like how... At least they are building to the Better Cry synergy. It made no sense that Caligos is a Better Cry enabler, and then you have no drinks that have Better Cries other than Emissary and Mirror. Yeah, this card is actually pretty good. This card is basically a token on crack. It's a better token, dude. This card is insane. In every form and way. Like, it's good for Caligos, it's good for tempo, it's good for economy. While this is in Bob's turn, gain the stats of any minion sold. What? Pretty good card to pivot into. What does the golden version do then? Nothing, right? While this is in Bob's Tavern, gain twice the stats of any minion sold. But how do you make it golden in Bob's Tavern? I don't get it. Eh? Maybe there's a seafood slinger that makes dragons golden. After a card is added to your hand, gain +1 health until next turn. I'd say this card is okay. Vol'jin, good point, Ding Dong. Vol'jin makes this card actually really good. If we assume Prophet is still in the game as well. This card, really insane. Murloc Dragon, after you play a Vetcry minion, gain +1. There are more Dragon Vetcries. This can get poison. This minion sells for 1 more gold. Avenge 4. It has really bad stat line. Interesting. Interesting design though. Because Avenge 4 is quite hard to do. Hard to say if this is good or bad. Seems more bad than good to me. Minions in Bob's Tavern have +1/1 for the rest of the game? It's pretty good. Pretty spicy. Dude, I love this card. Because it's a Fel Elemental too. So it's a Felbat Elemental combo. In one card, it's an Elemental. Pretty good, cool. Like, just the card itself looks pretty cool. The name is nice, and the effect is nice. A broken card showed up. Run, guys, run. After a spell is played on this game, poisonous until next turn. I can already see the glow scale combo here. This card is pretty good. Because it's also Quilba Naga, so you know there will always be spells in the game if this is in. It might not be problematic if reborn effects are really dominating the meta. Because then poison has way less impact anyways. At the end of your turn, gain +1/1. Repeat each minion you played this turn. Huh. Interesting. It's basically buffing your current board. A card you can finish on when you play Elemental Nomies. Murloc comes. This card is pretty interesting. I like it. And there's the Cyborg Drake. Oh, Mech Dragon. Divine Shield. Your Divine Shield minions have +10 attack. This card is cracked, dude. I wonder if this card dies, if you lose +10 attack on your board. I assume you do. Yeah, it's still a good card. This is Reborn with full health and enchantments. You know, I have a dream. And that dream is horse related. This horse is going to be giga nutty if you can put a glow scale buff on it. Like, imagine, you buff this as your Wrangler target. I don't know if Team Master is still in or not. But if he is, this will also be good synergy with that. Like, Team Master, Glow Scale, Reborn this. Lipas also true. True, Lipas also. This horse is also really strong for Lipas. I like the design. It looks so sick, this card. I will call this my horse as a nickname. Quite creative here. Oh! This card looks already cool. Demon Beast. I didn't even read the effect. I will love this card. After you summon a minion in combat, give your minions +3 attack. Well, it's quite okay, I guess. Quite disappointing. When I saw such a strong looking card, I assumed it would do something crazy, like if it attacks into your opponent's board dice or something. Where is it, Mama Bear? This card's design should never be a Mama Bear, dude. Right? Like, this card looks like it wants to attack, not be in the back line. It's a great card. I know it's great. It's disappointing for the fantasy, dude. Maybe I'm just a Dino fanboy. I really love Dino cards. Mecha Jaraxxus. That's quite funny. Add the random Mecha Demon to your hand. Reborn can magnetize to mechs and demons. You give 10 attack to any demon? I don't see that ever happening, honestly. Why would you use this ever on a mech? Like, other than Mecha Jaraxxus, if you need the stats, really? Oh! True, I didn't read Reborn. Can magnetize to mechs and demons. Taunt. Garbage. Wind Fury can magnetize to mechs and demons. This is good because of the stat line. Those guys are really, really, really evil. They give you a really garbage mechanic. Taunt. Really insane one attack. Baby Rage. Wind Fury can magnetize to mechs and demons. Garbage. You can use it on your furry and that's it. Otherwise the other two are better. And if you need the stats. This card is good though. Don't get me wrong. This card will probably see play. Create a gold gun. Make a different friendly pirate or Naga golden until next turn? Okay. I guess Hogar is gone, right? No way Hogar stays in the game with this card. Right? This card is insane, dude. In every form, way or shape. Like, first of all, it's a Naga pirate, which is insane in tribe value. You triple on this on tier 5. You find a Hogar, you can go infinite on the same turn. This card is game breaking. I think that's it, right? Oh, there's more. Wait. I didn't see this horse. Tito's Riven there. You're desperate to trigger an extra time. What's the difference to Baron? I don't get it. You can play too. Yeah, it's a buff, right? Ooh, remove cards. Ooh. That's the most exciting part. Imprisoner is gone. Unlucky. Dude, Wrathweaver made it into the game? What is this robbery? Honcho is gone. Glyph is gone. Yoho is gone. Stasis is gone. Katka is gone. Bonka is gone. Katka being gone is actually a good thing. I think Katka would be a bit too broken. I think Bonka gone makes also sense. The card was good, but also not that good. Domo is gone. Interesting. But I can see it. I hope Master of Reality is also gone then. Enforcer is gone. Tank is gone. 9! Baby Crush gone hurts my heart. By the way, this shows that they didn't plan to take those two cards out. Razor gone. That fucking dog, man. Hated that card. Croc gone. Good. I hate this Croc. This Croc is way too toxic. Tony gone. Good change. But they remove Tony in the same breath. They add the card that is just strictly better Tony in every form, way, or shape. I love that. Imp Mama gone is reasonable. Return. Whoa! Iki Imp is back, boys. Yeah! And finally, the real boy. The G himself. Green Thumb. Returns to the Battlegrounds. I hecking love Green Thumb. It's the one card I wanted to see back in the game. Every patch note I look forward to this. So this is a moment of greatness. Changed hero? What? They changed my boy? Choose a new flight fast completed to get a bonus. In one turn, give your leftmost minion plus 2/2. The secret curve is getting buffed every patch we are eating. In 2 turns, gain 2 gold. What? Wait, passive in 3 turns, discover a minion. Okay. They just removed the bad path. It's actually a good change. That makes Eagle actually what he was supposed to be. That you have a decision every turn what you pick. Now you could pick Ironforge in between to have a good curve. So it rewards forward thinking and planning. Maleficent mana reads whenever you summon a mech, give it +2 attack. Gaming now can no longer choose the same option from its hero power over and over. What? They robbed my boy Gaming? What is this scam, dude? They forced me to pick other options. I hate that. I wanted to be rewarded for forward thinking, not be forced into it. Jaraxxus now reads, choose a friendly demon. It consumes a minion in Bob's turn to gain its stats. Pretty good. Change. Maybe Yaraxos and Ellie lobbies will be pretty good. But I think that's the reveal. By the way, Nadine is in the game.